going to talk about Google Classroom right now. Google Classroom is basically um, platform for you to work on a couple things. I'm going to talk about how to add a class. Right now, I don't have any classes right now because I've just archived all of them. It's easier to archive. If you want to archive a class, you just click on the three dots right here and then unenroll. You can unenroll. There are archives. You can delete them and everything like that, which would be good. You can archive classes and everything like that, which is a good thing. These are the classes that are archived beforehand. Let's go back to the three dots. We're gonna go here to classes. Going back to classes, we're gonna add a new class. So you want to create a new class. You're gonna hit this plus button, create a new class. It'll jump up over here, and we're gonna do this robotics one, and then selection, subject. Subject. We're gonna do this one for now. Okay, I think that's all you really need to the class. So we're going to create the class. It takes a little while, internet. So now you have the class. The class is Robotics 1. Meeting, if we go back to classes right here, we can come back. You have it right here. Looks like you need some editing because it needs the section. So we can edit that. I think period 1 should go in here. Right here, and it should populate right in the front. There it is, period 1. So now we can change some stuff. Your class code's always in the front right here. You can make it bigger, copy and paste it anywhere you need, all that great stuff. You can generate a Meet, so you have Google Meets if you're not into Zoom, all that stuff. Streaming, basically streaming over here is basically you're posting like Twitter, posting reminds and everything. It automatically goes to your web, automatically goes to the kids' emails and stuff like that. You can do it on multiple classes, so that way you are able to, so you can mass send out information for you and everything like that, which is a great way to stay in touch. We can go into settings. Go into settings for the class, and you can change a couple of things. You can receive email notifications. Some people don't want to because you'll get 100 of them. I'm a sucker for pain, so this would be a good thing because then if a kid turns in something late, it just automatically goes to your email, so you don't have to keep looking for the assignment that comes in all the time. Comments on posts, you can disable comments on posts if students have if you have an assignment that the kids just comment and put the answers down, and then that means everyone gets the answer, you can disable comments that mention you, stuff like that, private comments on work, stuff like that. You can disable or enable them, just depends on your personal preference and everything like that, which is pretty good. Classwork, this is where we pretty much put our classwork in. Assign work for your class here and stuff like that. We're going to create something. I'm going to do, once you do an assignment, you can create an assignment right now. I can create an assignment, so let's do tests really quickly. You can make your instructions right here. Again, you can do multiple classes, but here's the thing. If you do multiple classes, the problem is you can't schedule a class. And we'll go into scheduling classes in a little bit. So right now we're going to have one class. You can do multiple classes just in case you have multiple. You have your point values, your due dates. If you do your due dates, you can make them due, and then you can make the time, or you can just disable the time, whatever you want. Topic, we'll get into topics as we create new topics. This is a new thing where it has rubrics already, so if your writing prompts are good, bad, or mediocre, I do writing prompts, so let's just change this to writing prompts. So now you can add a Google Drive, a link, or a file that's on your computer, or YouTube, where someone can watch it and then you go through it. If you put in a Google Drive, here's the Google Drive, and then we'll do staff welcome. We'll just put that. Read it, tell me how you describe it and stuff like that. We're going to go into scheduling classes. So to schedule a class, I'm going to punch it this. We're going to schedule a class. We're going to schedule, which means that you can post it for something little later, which means that you can put the time and date of when you want the classroom to schedule. So basically, you don't have to have sixth period automatically see their classes in the morning. You can schedule it for like 1:30. And right after lunch, and the Google assignment will generate during that time. So that way, so your sixth periods aren't going to get the work in the morning for your first period class. So that's a great way to schedule classes and everything and stuff. So that's a good way. Rubric. We'll look into the rubric right now. Let's create a rubric. Okay, so you have your criteria, whatever the criteria is, what the description is, you put those down. Then we do point value. So point is not enough evidence. Okay, and then you can do point two, evidence not supported. And then last but not least, we'll do a 3, which is all met. So that means everything's good. So then we created, you can add more criteria, so there's more blocks and everything, which is great. If we save this, you can't save because I haven't done any criterias. This is a writing prompt. And then we save it. So I won't be able to show you how the rubric works here right now because I don't have a student to do the work. So once this is turned in, you'll be able to grab and do all the work and assignments and everything like that. So you're going to assign. Can't attach file, you don't have permission because this is not my file. So I'm going to delete that for now. Not saving. Not saved. Oh, there we go. So yeah, welcome staff. I don't have permission, but then it generates something like that. So that'll be good. There's your first assignment. What our next thing is, we're gonna talk about repost. Reposting is basically a great way to kind of take care of stuff that you've already done. So let's say you have previous assignments that you worked so hard on, and you really don't want to redo that assignment again. So you can always go back. Let's say I've done an assignment back in 2017. Then that means you go into that and you're like, well, the catapult assignment. So this is it, and then it populates everything for you, so you don't have to rewrite everything. It gives you the points values. If the rubric was there, it'll give you the rubric and all that stuff. All you have to do is put the due date and then assign, and then schedule and assign or assign it. So that's a great way to kind of help you do stuff. If you haven't done this before, you're going to have to start from the beginning and create all your assignments. But once you're done creating the assignment, you just go back and you go back to your archived lessons and you just repost them, and it's great. I've been using that. I don't have to worry about it. I can go back to my old posts. I'm like, oh, this is a good assignment for right now. Let's just do that. So that's one great way to help organize things. For a lot of people who have OCD and everything, we're going to talk about topics next. Topics are basically categories for Google Classroom. So we have writing prompts. Because my class does a lot of writing, so we do writing prompts. It will populate something called writing prompts. Let's do another one. We call them math. I do Math Mondays, where the kids review math problems on Mondays during traditional days because it's a little bit easier. We can't really do a lab or anything. I don't have a lesson to start yet. So if you take a look, we have a writing prompt and we have a website for catapults. Okay. So then you can just drag and drop them into whichever category you have. If you mess up and like, oh, that's the wrong one, you can just repopulate that. And if not, then that means all your classes are going to be on top. Everything's going to be from whenever you created the assignment and everything. You can't really just organize them based off of that. Once you put them back, once you put it out, it will get rid of the assignment and everything like that. So that's how that works. Grading is fairly easy. Let me see if I can find an archived lesson. I'll do an archived lesson. We'll do robotics 1. We'll do classwork. And I'm going to do spring final. Turned in. So we're going to do the first one right here. Spring final and stuff like that. Oh, I cannot. I don't think I can grade. I don't think I can grade stuff. Okay, so here's the rubric. As you can see, you can change the rubric based off of what you've read. Because I archived the class, I can't show you how it works, but you can grade it down here. Again, there's another person that if you have 1, 2, and 3, it actually populates what the point percentage is. So it's a great way to look forward. Usually you can click on it. And it'll populate a new window, and the new window will give you a grading screen where you can grade and everything like that. But this is a great way to how the rubric works, so that way you're like, oh, okay, almost there, better, weak, and stuff like that. You can grade really easily. It'll populate whatever the point value is. If you have 2 points, it'll give you 33.3. If you have all the points, it's 50% and stuff like that. So you can have a big rubric, which is really good because then the kids know where they went wrong and stuff like that. You can have a giant description and stuff like that. So it's been really good for me. I'm probably going to use the rubric for a lot of my writing prompts, so that way I know exactly how it's going to look at all times. So that's pretty much what it is, how anything works. People, this is where you add students. You can add students on your own, everything like that. Let me see if I can go back to my archived classes, because the archived classes actually has people on them. You have people, you can invite guardians. There's a button here that says invite guardians right here. Because it's archived, you can't really do it anymore, but as you can see, some of my students have already invited their parents on there and stuff like that. So that's where your thing is. That's where most students are. You'll have an archive. You'll have invite guardians in case you have the students that need more reinforcements and everything, and need more structure. The parents can overlook. They can have their own Google login, Google Classroom app, and everything. I do everything on the phone anyway, so it's a great way. You can add a host. You can add multiple teachers on here, so that way certain teachers can have access to your Google Classroom as well. Grades, it just populates grades. This one right here is very very self-explanatory. It's pretty much like Aries and stuff like that. So once you get down to it, we go into Aries. Once you have it, the great thing about Google Classroom, it's linked to Aries already. And once I have students, I'll be able to show you how to upload grades based off of that. Right now we don't have any students, so I won't be able to do it on this video. But the next video, I'll be like, how do you upload assignments and grades into Aries? So on that note, that's pretty much about how Google Classroom works. It's fairly easy. Once you write a post, you can write a post on stream, stuff like that. Classwork is where all your assignments go, and the kids already know because they've had other teachers that have done Google Classroom. If not, they can refer to certain videos. Calendars and the drive, they're all situated right here. Anytime you make an assignment that's due, it goes onto your Google Calendar, which is a great thing. And you don't have to add one. The best thing is, as you can see, there's an assignment already created for this one because I already have robotics period 1. As you can see, I have so many because of the archives. I have to delete a lot of them right now, which is crazy. But yeah, if you uncheck this, that one should disappear, and you check it, that should appear. It automatically puts it on your Google Classroom as long as you have it check marked. If you don't have it check marked, then that means you're not going to see it on your calendar. So it's a great way for the kids to, like, if you want to teach them how to use a calendar and how to be productive and how to be organized, this is the best way to do it. So I hope that helps. I hope this helps with Google Classroom. If you have any questions, definitely ask away on comments or email me. That'd be great. All right. Have a good one.